So in this video, I'm going to share a series of tactics I use to easily beat Sigurd's Paralogue, even if you want to beat it early. So the first thing you want to do in this Paralogue is route this opening area, right? This is probably the easiest part of the Paralogue. And then the second thing you want to do is ignore these guys, because as soon as you kill this, the bridge drops and a ton of enemies spawn in. So you actually never need to kill this guy. If you want to beat this easily, you never need to kill him. And as long as you have flyers that have decent stats, you can actually kill Sigurd over here. But let's say you want to kill these enemies over here. So what I usually do is I use a bonded shield to pull them. You can't use the bonded shield to tank them. They're too fast. They'll probably hit the bonded shield user in the middle unless you have Insane Avoid. But the one enemy has 30 speed on Hellfire, and early game, like early mid game, that's pretty difficult to deal with. So the easiest way to deal with them when you pull them is you take a unit with Corrin, and especially one with 3 range, and you pop Corrin and use lightning or something similar to hit the 2 range enemy that's fast. You nuke down the Thoron. So if this is to kill these guys, you nuke down the Thoron, kill it, get out of range of the 2 range guy, and then you nuke him down. So that's how you kill these guys. And you use the fact that Corrin freezes both enemies when you hit one of them to prevent the 2 range from ever hitting you, and then you nuke them down. Now, how you nuke them down is up to you. Panette on Brave Axe is a really good option. She just absolutely wrecked these with Dancer, and you do want to set up a Byleth special dance at some point. That's to kill these guys. But okay, so let's say you get to this phase. You have, in this case, I have 4 flyers. I would recommend like 3 or more to do this easily. So Ivy, that's 1. You could use Hortensia, that's 2. But you need damage output too, so having like a Lear on Flyer or Marin on Flyer is pretty solid. I temporarily have Gold Mary on Flyer. I'm going to be switching her to tank. I think she actually makes an okay Griffin Knight. She might make an okay, Wyvern, but I don't know. Her speed's kind of suspect to run Wyvern effectively. But you can get the Goddess icon from here. You can pull the 2 Meteor Mages, so you kind of have to do like a dance with them. Like you put a unit within their range, and as long as you can tank the hit, you keep moving them around until they get close to the shoreline. And if you have Canter, it's very easy to just like go in, kill it, and then get out. If you do not have Canter, you'll need to wait until they're either out of Sigurd's range, because he starts here, or you will need to pull them like all the way over here. And you can do that by like, going in these tiles, so that gets them to like this position, and then you can dive them. And as long as you can tank Sigurd, you can kill them one at a time. So you can pull them individually, which is nice. So you pull the first one, kill it over here. If you aggro Sigurd, it's fine. If you hop away, he'll start moving away. So like you can see over here, he's started to move this way. So now I can start pulling these mages. He also does not have 2 range. He only has 1 range. So you can easily pull and kill the mages. So that's the state I'm in right now. So we can start rotating this way. So with this strategy, this map strategy, what it allows you to do is basically route the map, kill all of these, and even kill a lot of these to some degree if you want to do another, like a second bonded shield. So you can park your bonded shield like here, and Sigurd will probably dive through it with Override, but you can kill a ton of enemies with Ivy if she's fast enough with bonded shield in this position, and kill most of them in power level Ivy, as well as the bonded shield unit. Alright, so I'm just going to end turn. Well, this definitely makes the map way easier. It's much more manageable. And if you want to start fighting the mages, I think some of them do have wind, so you have to be kind of careful. But you can pull with bonded shield too, so like you can tank with bonded shield. And you can easily reset it as well, just by hopping over here and tanking a meteor. Yeah, because this guy can't hit and he won't move. So as long as you can tank a meteor, you can just get another bonded shield. And then if you want to farm all these enemies that spawn in, you can bonded shield them with Lucina Flyer Squad. I think flyers are one of the best things in this game in general. Some people consider this cheesing, but like this is literally the point of flyers, to fly over like mountains, to fly over water. Like, it even says, the game tells you flyers only. The game is telling you this is good, you know? So, like, to say that it's cheese, it's intentional. It's clearly intentional. All right, so we're going to set up, let's check their speeds. All right, so we are fast enough to not get doubled by any of them. So I can put Ivy out there. Now I'm going to check her on Bolgadon. I think she'll get doubled by some of them, so I'll just keep her on Hellfire, so she'll wait. Bonded Shield. This is much easier with Canter on units. So I have a lot of momentum units just because I'm trying it out. But it's much easier. Once you kill the enemy Elwind units, you don't have to worry as much. They become much more manageable. Like but Hellfires are very weak, especially against Falcon Knights, or sorry, Griffin Knights. It's like the same thing. Slightly different. But you can tank this for a few turns. Now, what I usually do, in this playthrough, I'm not running Chloe. I usually just have Chloe counterattack with like a Javelin, and she's fast enough to double. So in this case, I'm going to do it the slow way. I guess I do have a Javelin. Oh, she's actually quite fast. Alright. Okay, so let's see. Alright, I'll park her here. This gives them more targets. As long as you're fast enough to not get doubled, you can put as many things out there as bait, and they'll just keep attacking them. They might not go for Rosemary because she's faster and has higher defense. Or, I'm sorry, Rosemary. Goldmary. So they're taking chip damage. There we go. That's what we want to see. Some damage on those dudes. Now I could probably dive the Elwinds. I'm pretty sure I can tank Sigurd. He can't do much to me. Well, actually he can. I've just barely, not enough damage. If I go here. Yeah, I can Bonded Shield another turn. I have 2 more turns of it, so there's no rush. Now she could attack. Let me check their speed. Let's see if they double me. Alright, they don't double me, so I could have been using this the whole time. I'm going to take counterattack damage. I have pulses, so I can risk a crit. Just need to damage them a little bit. Alright, no crit. So they will deal 0 damage during this turn. Alright, and she still can't kill them yet. But this is a pretty legit way of clearing these out and getting these kills easy. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to kill these mages, and this is just XP sitting on the table. So that one's dead now. The other nice thing, too, is once you get rid of the Elwinds, you can start hitting and counterattacking at 2 range of that Bonded Shield, so you really just need it to deal with the Elwind. So I can single-minded next turn that one for 13, and then Javelin the other one. Then you can also check ranges to make sure you're safe, so nothing else can hit me.
To the death.
Yeah, 100% hit rate. Take him down. So Bonded Shield on Flyer Squad is one of the strongest things in the game, for sure. And then they can heal each other up. I am going to try an interesting build out with Goldmary that I'm not going to spoil, but let's just say it's pretty crazy. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. When you want to kill Sigurd, you can actually... There's 2 ways to do it. You can either just hop down, like, within range of him, and let him attack you, especially on a tanky unit. You can kill him outright easily with Flyer Squad if they're fast, because he's not insanely fast. He's not also insanely threatening either. He's like, some of these bosses aren't very threatening. Weirdly enough, these dudes in the corner pose more of a threat. You can either kill this, pop the thing, Bonded Shield, farm a bunch of these, clear out all the mages, and then kill him. There's a bunch of different ways to kill him. Strangely, if you kill all of this, all the other reinforcements never respawn, or they never spawn in, it's killing this that triggers the bridge lowering and the reinforcements to spawn in. So if you never kill this, you have complete control of the map after you route the opening area. And I think that's very useful to know, because if this Paralogue was giving you trouble, it's basically now just been trivialized, so... Definitely feel free to use any of these tactics. You don't have to use all of them, you can use some of them. Like if you just want to get the goddess icon and clear out some mages and then play it normally, that's another thing to do. It is difficult to get the goddess icon without flyers. I'm not even sure how you would do it. You'd basically have to leave Sigurd alive and have like a land unit go grab it. The funny thing is though, it's not covered by enemy attacks. So if you just send a flyer out at any point in time, they can grab it and then come back. So even the meteor mages, it's too far away. And this is the tile. So you just wait on this tile and you get a goddess icon. So yeah, that's it for the Sigurd Paralogue. I'm going to try to do quick little rundowns of all of these. And this like, you could do this on any like run, right? Like, you always have Ivy and Hortensia, so you always have at least 2 flyers. And you can always just upgrade Marin into a Wyvern Knight. I think this is like probably her best thing. She gets better strength growth and some build, and she just is a really strong unit, like 27 speed this early. She's starting to snowball a little bit. I got her speed +3 in mentorship. Eventually she'll have something else, but she's doing pretty good, pretty well. So yeah, that's it for this one. Definitely like and subscribe if you found this useful. Feel free to drop a comment if you have any other interesting tactics that you run on this map, because I'm always curious to see what other people do. And yeah, peace.